Hey there, I'm Matt Kaler from Gibson Custom, covering the Gibson Custom lineup at the 2017 NAMM show. So I thought we'd start off here with a bit of a throwback that's been updated a bit. So you may remember the Custom Shop model, the Class 5 Les Paul. We've updated it. We're calling it the modern Class 5. We've got a long neck tenon now. We've got a chambered body, which makes these guitars extremely lightweight. And we've got what we're calling the Apex neck. Basically, this is a naturally reinforced neck carve. It's a solid piece of wood with a really unique spine carve on the back of the headstock. It's not a volute because you got plenty of access there when playing. Its sole purpose is to strengthen and reinforce the headstock naturally, and it adds a little mass to the headstock, which helps us with the sustain, which is never bad. And frankly, it looks cool with mimicking that open book headstock with kind of a reflection there. We're putting the same neck on the Axcess series, so of course we have the Axcess Custom, and we do an Axcess Standard model as well, available with Floyd Rose or without. And this one is in a really neat olive drab color, which looks really sharp on this model actually. Also features that Axcess neck, and we have new contours throughout on the whole line of Axcess guitars. So it's going to be a wider, narrower belly cut, which is just a little more comfortable. It also helps keep the weight down. These guitars all end up being really nice and lightweight. So feel great, perform great, and all new. So this is a great example of our bread and butter model, a 59 reissue. So at the Custom Shop, we have a couple of categories: historic reissue, modern era, made to measure, which is our system of creating custom guitars for customer orders. And this, as a historic reissue, is really as close as it gets to the real deal. We're really at that point now where we've introduced features that aren't like anything else that's available today. So this guitar is going to feature all hide glue construction. That's huge. It makes for a measurably louder instrument. It also just helps the whole guitar to resonate and vibrate. You hit a chord on this and you're pretty much ruined, and no other guitar is going to feel like this guitar. Also, every single part on this guitar is an exact replica of the 1950s models. So, in 59, the knobs they were using had a dimple on top. These have the dimple. They have the same font as the 50s knobs. They have the same font on the poker chip and the same contours and curves of the original pickup rings. Even the plastics, we chemically broke down and recreated a set of plastics on an original 1959 guitar just to go to that extra length to ensure that every single element of this guitar is exactly how they were constructed in 1959. So it's really neat. And another thing that we're using is kind of a different model for the top carve. So it's a little more dramatic than you might be used to, but also still based on a 1959 guitar, a little more dramatic version of that. So we have one limited model here and several more available, but this is a Dave Amato Les Paul Axcess. He wanted a TV yellow back, which is really unique, paired with this beautiful flame maple top, a single 57 Classic Plus humbucker that you can coil split, and for the first time ever, a white ebony fretboard. Ebony tree is mostly white ebony, and just the very center is the dark part. So we're pleased to use that for the first time ever. Moving on, we have this is another incredible handcrafted piece of art out of our in-house artists at Custom Shop. This is a Bella Voce model Les Paul. So Bella Voce means beautiful voice. It was originally a model of a banjo, very ornate banjo for Gibson in the early part of the 20th century. And now we've kind of reincorporated it into a Les Paul with all hand-engraved parts and hand-engraved woods. You can see the back of the neck there. It's just beautiful. And again, you can see Bella Voce. It's the purfling all around the sides of the guitars. And that top is solid flamed koa. So it's really one-of-a-kind piece of art. And this is pretty much as good as it gets out of Custom Shop in terms of an ornate art piece. This, I think, is a very different type of art piece, but an example of what you can do through Made to Measure. So Made to Measure is our custom program, and this was basically an employee build, but through the Made to Measure program, of a blacked out Les Paul Custom with a quilt top. It's got a 3-piece flame maple neck, which is just gorgeous in that black finish. And it's going to have all blacked out parts, but I didn't already mention that. So that's something akin to what you can build through made to measure. We're also bringing back the L5 Studio model. So the L5 Studio is kind of a cult classic in the late 90s and early 2000s. The Les Paul Studio existed as kind of a funky color entry-level L5. Well, we've continued the colors with some more refined elements. So this is something called cartridge brass, a bit of a flip-flop color. It goes from kind of gold to bronze, and also we have Army Green, which is like an olive drab, a deeper olive drab VOS color, and we've got wine red, all with single ply black binding, and it's more stripped down than an L5, a normal L5, but also comes at a much more affordable price point. And it features a rosewood fretboard, which pairs excellently with the solid carved body. It definitely warms it up significantly. Finally, another cool model here is going to be this Johnny A model, which is not just a Johnny A model, it also has a Joe Bonamassa hand in its creation. So Joe Bonamassa bought a double neck spruce top guitar, a 1959 model out of Michigan. It's a rare guitar, there are very few of them made, but Joe said, this is such a great instrument, why can't we do a single neck version of what made that instrument great? So this is basically a single neck spruce top, sharp cutaway double cut. It's got the same scale length as a Johnny A, it just doesn't have the F-holes. It has a spruce top, it has all the aesthetics of a 1959 double neck, so even the bell-shaped truss rod cover. So extremely lightweight because it's hollow, and it plays great, feels great, and sounds unlike anything else we've produced before. So that's what's coming out of the custom shop. I hope you enjoyed the video, and back to you.